pride, faith, art, and tradition. A commitment to life at a different pace.
Let's go. Got my brother James, my brother Jose in the house, brother Martin, my brother Michael, Legs in the house, Randy, my brother Ray. Definitely will keep you in prayer, my brother. Love you, my brother, and brother John, Sabatini Customs, Dino, my brother Steve, Scale Customs, Tunes. What is happening, my brother? Brother Rudy, of course, in the house, live in person. Lisa, what is happening? My brother Cordell, brother Chris, Cincinnati in the house. My brother Adam, brother Ted, brother Jim. We'll give it a second. My brother Chuck in the house. We'll give it a second. Little more sign on. I know a lot of people got a lot of things going on, graduations going on, all kinds of stuff. Brother Larry in the house. We want to welcome you to the... What'd you guys think? Deja did that intro, set that all up. Little 30-second intro, the countdown, and put together a little thing there. Way cool. Yeah, definitely you got it, my brother Jim. Most definitely. Well, and of course tonight, we'll wait just a couple more minutes for a few other people to come on. And of course, last week, you guys know we had some technical difficulties where sometimes it just gets frustrating. Like I say, and I don't want to put you guys through any craziness with the screen being the wrong direction and just it's just frustrating. We'd rather just quit and restart, like I say. And here we are again, back at it again. So my brother Michael Moore in the house, New Hampshire in the house, Linda in the house. So of course, last week, my brother Cody, New Orleans in the house. So last week, of course, I have another commission board to do, and of course this wasn't it, but wanted to do some grinded metal. Been wanting to do it for a minute. I know Rudy's been like, come on, do some grinded metal. It's always way cool. We're talking, it makes it look like water. When you do patterns, the patterns look like they're over water, and it's such an easy effect. I mean, it literally easy. And of course, this panel, of course, is from last week. And like I said, it's real important. This is really important that when you are doing metal, and of course, this piece I've already grinded. And of course, I really don't have no good examples to show the way it looked. Of course, this side is rusted. So let's pretend that this side wasn't rusted. And let me tell you, when you are getting metal ready, let's just say besides the rust, it is so important that you clean it and you clean it and you clean it and you clean it. You get all the oil off before you even start grinding. So just to give you a quick breakdown, I won't go through the whole spiel with you. But let's say like this, I'm going to move this one to the side because this is our piece. I'm going to put another piece up here. Of course, it's got some rust on it too. And a lot of that rust, it's just, man, it's, and we're not even that humid out here. So of course, wax and grease remover. It is so important. Like I say, you want to wipe and wipe and wipe. You want to get all the grease off of it. They put like a grease on it to where it doesn't rust. I mean, you want to wipe and wipe, and usually I'll do, see how much junk is on it? And even when they're brand new, it's just lots of oil, lots of oil. I'll fold it. I'll go over it again and again. And like I say, this piece is not really a good example. All the front sides were in good shape. I'll go over it. Look at how much it just keeps continuing to take off. I'll go over it with Windex. And of course, with the new rag, I'm just giving you guys an example. Over and over, and you want to apply a lot of pressure. You want to get all the grease off of it. And once you've wiped it, I can't even tell you. I mean, I would wipe it. I would do like at least 10 times. I'm telling you, throw away the rag. Throw it away. Start with the new one. Same thing. Go over it again. And like I say, this is just kind of a fake but real. So same thing. Wiping and wiping and wiping. See how much stuff continues to come off? The grease is in there. Same thing. Windex. I will go over it and over it. The whole point is you just don't want to get the metal with all the grease on it. You break out the grinder and start grinding. Once you start to see nothing on the towel, like say, like watch, I'm going to throw that one away again. And like I say, this ain't the best example because it's the backside that's been setting, and it, you know, apparently it did get some something on it to kind of tarnish it, the oil on it in those areas. You can see it's still wiping off. Still wiping off. It'll take quite a few times, like I say, 10 times. And of course, like I say, this is on here. I'm just using this for an example because I grinded all the other pieces for last week. But like I say, when you start to get nothing on the towel, that's when you're good. And that's when you can start to grind. So like I say, once you get that to that step, the main part is you want to get all the grease off, because a lot of people say when I do patterns on the grinded metal, it's not sticking, it's peeling, it's this and that. You know, the whole thing was, did you wipe it first? And let me tell you this too. Same with the car, if you're going to paint a car, I've told you guys, if you get a car, you're just going to do, I don't care what you're doing, a stock color, whatever. Man, we used to always take them to the pressure wash. We would degrease them, high pressure, you know, the engine bay, door jambs, you know, kind of underneath just to initially before the car even came to the shop or at the shop. And then, of course, the first thing before anything, we'd break out the wax and grease remover, wipe the whole car down, because you never know whose armor it's been waxed, how many times it's been waxed, this, that. You just want to eliminate as much chances of getting fisheye as possible. And like I say, so once you do get it clean, then of course, you know, it's back to putting your grinder marks, which we could do a whole nother class just on that, where we are showing what you can do even with the grinder marks. And like even with this, like I say, I keep forgetting to bring all the 3-inch grinders home. But honestly, for this, I just used the foam pad with 36 grit to go over all of these areas. And I'm going to go one more time over it because it's been setting a week, even though I had it somewhere to where it was pretty free from getting contaminated. But like I say, it's just really not good to have it setting because it will tarnish. So And of course, the key thing is goggles. Do not be grinding without no goggles. So Rudy and Deja, watch your eyes. Cisco, watch your eyes. And with this, I kind of did it like the turning, like the leafing, like the gold leafing, silver leafing. Man, there's so much you can do. I mean, you could literally just kind of do radical. You see a lot of like in the elevators, radical just grind marks. You could come in and do designs with it. You could literally come in, do different things with it. Kind of like we were talking about the guy from Japan does all the cool grinding, and he does it with the 3-inch. I think with the 3-inch or the 2-inch angle grinder. But I mean, it's basically, I'll hold it. And same thing, I'll go in between. And of course, like I say, I wish I had my smaller grinder. They're all over at the bike, the after school program. You know, if we'd have had even my 5-inch would have did a lot better for this. But just to give you an example, what's happening, Brother Vince, my brother Ethan. Now, of course, now you do not want to wipe it. There's no more wiping. Once you've already cleaned it with the wax and grease remover, you've got all that oil out of the metal. And of course, this one was really clean last week. Then you want to make sure you continue to keep everything clean at this point. What's happening, my brother Sean? I'm going to go one more time over it.
I know too, guys. I was telling my dad we definitely want to do a resource page on the website. So I think we're gonna try and create like a tab on the link for vanderslicecustomshop.com. But I think if everybody can, or when you guys have free time, can send us just like your business name, a phone number, because we want to support each other. So we definitely want to put all of your guys' businesses on the website. If people are looking for rims, if they're looking for me, if they're looking for certain jobs, they can go on the website and definitely check out like a resource page for sure. So if you guys can start sending my dad some of that stuff, or even sending it to me in Messenger, that would definitely be super, super helpful for sure.
All right. Brother Juan, what's happening? My brother Dan, Curtis in the house. But yeah, like I say, you could use different. I'm trying to look at the angle.
And even speaking of t-shirts, I know Vlad just said he got his t-shirt. He's all the way from New Zealand. We just got in our new logo with our new t-shirts. My hands are a little crusty, but this is the new t-shirt. They're the Vanderslice Custom Paint Supply. We just got these in. I put them on the website today. So definitely, if you guys are interested, hit us up. They're on the website. I know we're trying to definitely get them ready for the Lowrider Super Show. It's going to be happening here in like a week and a half. Definitely coming up, but we put them on the website. So if you guys are interested, hit us up. They just came in. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, definitely appreciate you guys. I'm going to go over it one more time. And I do want to say, I know there's a few people. I know my brother Ted, my brother Ethan. I know you guys were wanting to do the one-on-ones. Well, I'm going to be condensing. We're going to be condensing one class, very small class, to where it will be real intimate over at my house here. It will be most likely the weekend, July, I think 20th. It'll be a Saturday and a Sunday, or a Friday and a Saturday. I will be letting you guys know. I'm going to limit it to 10 people. And then we are going to be doing a big class, me and Blast, here in Albuquerque. It's going to be, I think, the third week of October as well. That will be one that'll be like the 25 people in that class. Same thing, it'll be a 2-day class. You know, let me know. I know a lot of you guys were waiting on me to give you guys dates, and it was just so hard for June to try to get you guys in. I'm like, man, I'm just going to have to see if you guys want to do, you know, something that would be just a small class, 10 people over at the house here, real intimate still. So let me know if you're interested on that. We'll be posting it real soon. I'm going to go over it one more time.
And then Ethan is asking, Brother Rob, can I spray your Vanderslice mix flake through 1.7 tip? He's wanting to try some flake.
Okay, one more time. Man, honestly, let's see. Can I spray the vent? No, you won't be able to spray that through the 1.7, my brother. You'll definitely need a 2.5, my brother Ethan, because it has the 0.015 in it. So like I say, at this point, you want to keep your hands really clean. So the 2-day class here at my house, that one will be for the 2 days, all materials included. That one will be $750 a person for 2 days. That'll be tape. You'll get the board, all the materials, food. The one that's going to be the bigger class in October, that one will be $800 for that one. And we'll be posting those really soon here. So let me know. And of course, you guys always know my phone number is in the description at the bottom. So is Deja's. If you're interested, let us know. You can get your deposit in. $250 deposit to save your spot, non-refundable. And the rest would be due the day of the class. So now at this point, like I say, you want to keep the metal as clean as possible. So, or especially with metal, you want to do something way cool color-wise. We're going to be doing, kind of sketch this out. I know it's kind of hard for you to tell what's in my head for what I'm doing here. But I sketched this out. We're going to be breaking up some cool colors. We got some in and outs. We'll see how it actually works out. And I'm going to be doing, depending on color-wise, we'll be doing some magenta, some purples, either over here, back to that, some red, some gold, some oranges. Let me wipe my hands one more time. Man, and we have been busy too. What's happening, Brother Jerry? We have been super busy trying to get, we got the last week of the after school program for the kids. Man, they did an amazing job. We'll have to definitely show pics. I think we're even able to, are we on different streaming things tonight?
I think just Instagram.
And definitely, I have to share too, it's way cool that, of course, I told you guys last week that Peterson Museum, that Lowrider exhibit that's going to be there till next April, it started, the opening of it was Saturday. And, man, like I say, man, I wish I could have made it, but, you know, my son was graduating and I had to pastor a quinceañera. And, you know, I'd committed to those, which was a blessing. But talk about a blessing out there too. Picture of my hood of my car's right behind the Diablo's 58, green 58. And then there's another little section that's got paint. And it's got a picture of me taping, which I thought was way cool. Definitely a humbling experience and definitely a blessing. So I'm going to come back. We're going to kind of come in. I'm going to break up my first line here. We'll see what we're working. Oh, yeah. Border, though. Look at me. I'm ready to not even do the border. I'm fired already. And it has just been crazy busy. Let me tell you. We got the Lowrider Magazine Super Show here in Albuquerque next Sunday. All the kids are going to be showing their bikes there next Sunday. Plus, there's like a big conference leading up to the Lowrider show where a lot of people come from the Lowrider community, from all around. And the kids will be doing their graduation next Thursday, which is a blessing here in Albuquerque. And then it'll be slowing down on top of just trying to run me and Deja trying to run the new business. And I'm getting in a whole mixing bank and plus a bunch more. I'll be able to mix any color that you need after next week. All of the base coat candies, like the Tangelo, some of the cream colors, the pearls. What's happening, Maria? Fired, she said. So, man, next week is going to be a busy week. We might not be going live next Thursday because of everything going on. Definitely let you guys know, but I'm pretty sure we won't be between everything going on. Huh? Yep. Definitely appreciate you guys supporting the website. We have been pounding the pavement. Thank you for continuing to share what you're working on as well. I know Deja's been working hard to get pics of everybody's stuff up. What's happening, my brother Don? I'm going to have my checks deposited. That's funny. And let's see, what else do we got? Message about the pre-flake boards. Do you know when you might have some more? Yeah, brother Jose, that might be a minute, man. I only flake so often because it is such a major event when we do that, brother. I mean, it's probably going to be a minute for that. I know those sold out so quick. That just shows that you definitely need to get more of those. But we do have plenty of the 12 by 32s, the 24 by 9s, all of those things. Lisa said, is there a candy black paint? Yes, there is, Lisa. I know a lot of people, candy black. I mean, personally, my opinion is any black, I've always just watered down the black. And of course, I always try to get it to where it's never like a brownish tone. I've always just watered it down, so you end up, it looks like candy black. You know what I mean? Buddy. Say like this, cross. Once it shows up, got a lot of latency. This cross is all black. And literally, that looks like candy black. You get all the shades of charcoal. And I know there's people that sell candy black. But like I say, I've always done that. And I mean, it's worked for me for 35 years. It's like, without overpaying for something you don't need, honestly, you can get the same effect. You know what I mean? Robert Sanchez in the house. Appreciate you, my brother. Utah in the house. And I seen another question too. What's happening, my brother John? And let's see. Hit the like button. Thank you, Tunes. I appreciate you, brother. So, of course, we're going to tape the border up. Everybody knows, always like to do this to save you headaches from having to cut every single line to mask up the border. You learn to do that, and it will save you a lot of time, especially if you're trying to tape up a bunch of work. So here we are back to scratch. And then so like I said, gonna be doing, it's kind of hard for you guys to get my vision, but gonna kind of be swinging. This will kind of end up a way cool, kind of some old school, squarish with some points, kind of 80s, 90s style. Man, I used to do that on just about every pattern job I did. Like I say, you know, from rounding it, kind of like we did on the teal board for my brother Cordell, really dramatically rounding it to square. I mean, I could just do square without adding those little points. That used to be a big thing. And then, of course, we'll be doing some 3 shade, 3 fade. Here, we're going to be breaking it up too. Kind of wide, squarish, back wide with some 3 shade, 3 fade to kind of really get some colors. Like I say, with the grinded metal, man, it is something you can do. Listen to me on this. You can do this if you don't have the resources to base and flake and go through all of that. Man, you can always get some metal. Like I say, back to that, you want to make sure it's clean before you grind it. Grind it. There's no really wrong way to do whatever. And like I say, even this, like I say, I wish I had my smaller wheel. We could have done it even more cool. There's so many things you can do. I mean, most of the time I'll just go any direction and it just looks like water. When you do the candy on it and you clear it, it looks like water. I mean, out in the sun, it blinds you. And it's just a cool effect. You know, when you want to step away from the norm, from the basing and flaking.
John asks, is that your base black for shading?
Yes, that's the base black for shading. Like I say, and you can water it down some more. You can just shoot it, not even half the time, not even water it down. It's just shooting it a little bit lighter, shooting it darker. You know, that's several coats. You got to think, you can still see the flake. It changed the flake to like a charcoal, almost like a black flake. And then you got all these different shades looking from there to there to there. And it gives you all of those shades. And of course, I could even went more black to where it was solid black, kind of like in the middle. But that's just literally, that's the I think it's P77 black that I have. It's a factory pack black. That's how I've done it all these years to get kind of that black candy effect. So I'm going to come in and this is kind of to get our heart of the complicated part going. Once we get it done, it's a matter of just breaking it up. Really simple, but this is kind of the more important part. Once we get this figured out, then we can move on. You can see when I talk too, it's crazy. When I talk, I hate to say, you don't want to be next to me. I kind of spit. Deja laughs. She's like, yeah, that's funny. Man, I spit. I don't know what it is, you know, because I'm missing some teeth somewhere in the back. I don't know what it is, but laugh out loud, but serious. Thank God I got all my front teeth. But, man, even the spit on it will tarnish it. You know what I mean? Like, just to give you an example. Of course, that's not really. I was going to show you an example, but it's actually black. It's not spit. But
did we use the cameo for the Raider stencil?
Yeah. Who's asking? Yeah, we did. Yeah, we used the cameo for that. Yep. Okay, so now I want to keep, like I say, I want to keep this distance kind of pretty even And it kind of goes a little wider to a little bit skinnier. But we're going to do our best. And from drawing it to making it happen is definitely one thing. There it is, a gnat right on the tape. Rudy said he don't see no gnats. See that gnat? Taco. What do we got here? My brother Taco, what's happening, my brother?
He said taco. Rudy said, what kind of tacos?
I know Rudy said, what kind of taco? Good to hear from you, Mark.
Is it possible to get the till candy concentrate in an 8-ounce?
Yes.
Or a 4-ounce? Yeah,
so everybody, please listen. We just haven't posted. We haven't posted. The phone numbers are in the description in the bottom. If you want any of the colors in a concentrate, any of those colors that show on that with all the speed shapes, let me know. We got, can you grab the little bottles, the white one and the black one? No, wrong. I'll show you guys. We can mix them. 4 ounce or 8 ounce. Super high strength. So here's the 4 ounce and here's the 8 ounce. And of course, you know, this one we don't got all our fancy stuff yet. Thank God. Just got the new stickers for the bottles, which, man, I'm very grateful. My brother Tommy at Black Label printed those, did us some shirts. And then we got, of course, just writing Shake Well, Rob's Apple Mix. This is 4 ounce. Shake Well, OG Violet. This is the OG House of Colors formula. These are 45 and these are 80. And I'm sorry they are a little more. This is something I do not make a bunch of money off of. Please understand that. Candy is the least thing that we make money off of. But definitely the colors are very unique. I always add my little touch to them. The intensity is very strong. And like I say, it's just good to use the same product all the way through. And definitely, man, if you're going to be using those, whether you're putting it in the finishing clear or you're putting it in the 500 I got. The 500 I got is amazing. The color blender, inner coat clear, base coat clear, whatever you want to call it. Super amazing. Amazing product. $159 for a whole gallon. You got to think PPG's is comparable to PPG's DBC 500. You got to think that's about $170 for a quart. And this is made with love. Same amazing ingredients, raw ingredients, no shortcuts, but at a fraction of the price. From a painter to painters. We're not trying to make $500% profit off you guys. You know what I mean? I know how it goes. I understand. So we're going to swing that there. Now I'm going to start working on the middle. I want to kind of save room. You'll kind of see what I'm working with here once we start to get it figured out a little bit. I have to do a couple times to make sure. I need to save enough room to shoot the pattern up through there. My brother Randy, what is happening, my brother? You got it, my brother. We appreciate you, brother. Just give a shout out, man, with some love, brother. I appreciate you. So I'm going to come in. We come do the top part here. We're going to keep with that about a ½ inch gap. In this, I could be doing, I could be doing the 1/8, 1/4, and 1/8, 1/4. On this middle part, I'm going to stick with just an 1/8, which is kind of like unusual. Usually me, I do like to break it up so it looks cool. From 1/8 to 1/4, 1/8 to 1/4, every other line. Try to get my angle. Only go about right there. You want to make sure on your angles what you're trying to do. I'm going to probably go about right there.
Is there any special preparations when you're working with like a different metal?
Aluminum is basically the same thing too, except for it's a lot softer. You got to think when you're grinding it. And the whole key when you're candying, doing patterns over metal, you want to make sure it's raw, it's clean. I can't express enough. Before you even hit it with a grinder, anything you're doing, you want to wax and grease and room over. You want to go over it with the Windex over and over and over. Like I say, I'm saying literally 10 times, flipping the rag back and forth, the towel, back and forth, getting all the grease off it before you even touch it with the grinder. That way you're not dealing. And then back to that, once you get it grinded, your whatever you're doing in it, like I say, you could do so many different things. It could be waves through it, kind of like Homeboy from Japan. It could be the circles, kind of like the leafing deal I did here. But this, of course, is a big 9-inch grinds. And once you get that, you want to blow it off, keep it clean, make your hands clean, make sure your hands are clean. If you do that and keep your hands clean, because your hands get really greasy and it will tarnish real easy. You got to think every 45 minutes, if not even more, you want to keep wiping your hands, because just your hands start to get grease again, the natural grease. If you do that, you make sure it's clean the whole time. You spray it, you shouldn't have any problems with it peeling. It's when you have it setting for like a while, you grind it, you put it away, you set it, it gets dusty, people will come back and try to paint it a couple weeks later it's just, you run a chance of tarnishing, you run a chance of it getting just contaminated, because it is a little touchy. So now I'm going to come back, I'm going to lift this up. It's back to the spacing. So I'm trying to make sure everything's going to fit. Kind of move this back up out the way. Okay, let me do that one more time. Make sure my gaps are about the same the whole way through. And it kind of goes wider to a little bit skinnier. Brother JR, what's happening? Travis, what is happening? Yeah, I'm back to the aluminum, my brother Mark. Aluminum is just softer, same thing. You just want to keep it clean. Right after you grind it, you want to blow it off. Then you can start taping right away. I know some people, everybody has a different opinion. Some people will shoot adhesion promoter on it. I've done that before. If you can avoid that, how do I put it? If you can avoid that, it would be nice, because it kind of does dull. How do I put it? The adhesion promoter kind of dulls the metal slightly. It almost puts like a stain on it, like a cloud. And the clarity of the candies won't quite be there. It's not going to be a big deal, and not everybody's going to notice it, but you will. And, you know, it is back to just keeping it clean the whole time. I'm trying to save enough space because I still got to fit another half an inch in here. And of course, if I got to move this down a little bit, this is just right now a guide. Same with this one, kind of guide to kind of keep in the lane, which I'm already seeing. I'm going to actually probably end up moving that over just a tad, but we'll keep it there just for a second. And if you do want to go in and you want to kind of, you're like, okay, let me see. I'm going to fit another one. I'm going to fit another one. Kind of just give it a, to see what you're trying to do without getting too crazy on the whole measuring. Like I say, what you draw and what you end up with sometimes is two different things. Hey, who can name what that was? Who can name what just happened right there? Yeah, exactly, Brian. It's like a cloudy film. Like I say, if you can avoid, I know it's like, man, it's a safe bet when you shoot it with, it's a safe, you know, it's pretty safe that you're not going to have too much peeling when you shoot it with adhesion promoter, bulldog, or whatever. But like I say, I try to avoid it because I notice it does. It dulls it down. It's just not as shiny, not as so I'm going to lift this up. I know Lisa said spiders. We still don't got a winner of what it really was. Did anybody get it? Oh, yeah. Yep. Uh-oh.
What phone case does Rudy use is the question.
Oh, my goodness. We need to be asking that question. So now I'm going to come back in. Same thing.
That case has been abused.
And like I say, you could, like just for an example, I could have just, the easy way is just to run it straight and cut it. So if you're just beginning, that would be almost the easiest way to do it. I mean, that's even how I did it the first couple of times. I mean, that was a lot of my patterns, just square, sharp patterns like this. Once you get a little more advanced, then you can start swinging in a nice little, you know, kind of these little swoops out. It just adds a little flavor to it. You know what I mean? Like I say, you can keep, you know, I'll personally keep doing some Windex. Of course, I used to use just a lot of wax and grease on my hands, or you can just wash them. I mean, back to that. Go back, continue to wipe every so often, because like I say, it will tarnish just with your natural grease. So boom, there's kind of our first little, you know what I mean? Carlitos. Appreciate you, my brother. God bless you too, my friend. That's funny. Vince, he's got the phone. He's got all the different phone emojis. That's funny. He's all right. He didn't hurt nothing. I say this guy's all jokes aside, man. This guy's a hard worker. He works on what's even your what's it called? Large. What do you work? I mean your What you do? Job description, Rudy. Yeah, heavy. Yeah, heavy. You had a better definition a couple days ago. What was it? Heavy vehicle. What's it called? Heavy. I know you're like abbreviating it. Yeah, he's a mechanic, but he works on all for the county. Heavy equipment. My brother Sean, what is happening? Kansas City, Missouri in the house, my brother. We love you, my brother. Fighting the good fight, my brother.
What if you wore non-latex gloves? We're working on the middle.
I can't wear gloves. Everybody asks me that. I know, like Adam wears the gloves the whole time taping. I couldn't even do that. I don't know. It's just I gotta have my hands. I feel claustrophobic. You know what I mean? I gotta have my hands free. It's just I guess I could try to get used to it. And now this next part, and back to this. Let me show you kind of what we're doing. And I know it's kind of hard from the picture. You know, I got my little sketch here. Definitely, my brother Sean. We'll definitely have to plan for next year, brother. Another Kansas City, Missouri class, brother. If you'll have us back there. So back to this. So now I'm going to be running this one kind of behind it. So the next one is going to be the drop down underneath and through. And you always want to save space. I'm going to do another one, which I know it's hard to see from my sketch, kind of what I'm doing. But like I say, this is kind of old school, 80s, 90s. You could even call it mini truck, lowrider mini truck, regular mini truck kind of style that was real popular. Like I say, I mean, I use these patterns, I mean, like crazy. Rudy said we should try that on a Road King. And I did want to ask too, I know we asked this before, what would you guys like to see on Thursday night? What interests you guys? You know, I always try to get a little bit crazy. You know me, I always overdo it because I am the tasteful overkill guy. But I know sometimes people want to see some more simple stuff. It's hard for me to kind of do that. But we want to know what you guys would like to see besides, you know, of course, I do have a couple more commission boards for the next 2 weeks. And I'm going to be trying to get Deja over here, too. She's going to be trying to do some taping.
I told him for $50.
For $50.
Sold.
Sold.
On the live.
For $50. Hey, Rudy said he's got 50 right now. I'll give.
You don't got 50.
Rudy ain't got 50. Rudy's pulling it out right now. In fact,
I want
match you 25.
Money. I want real money, not
Lisa said,
money.
Yes, KC class. For sure.
And Grandpa said to tell you that he's still waiting for Blue Lightning.
Blue Lightning. So my dad wants me to do lightning bolts, which there's a whole story behind that. Sometimes you think things are simple and they're not. I did a Nova, like I forgot what it was. What year was that, Dad, the Nova? That would have been, man, 1990. I said, man, this is going to be a simple one. Darn lightning bolt drove me nuts. So now we're going to swoop this through. Back to that. I'm keeping about a 1/2 inch gap. I'm going to be barely coming through with this line. Right to there. It's going to barely overlap a little bit. I'll tear it right there.
It was a 66.
66 Nova. I just had to do a simple lightning bolt down the side. That thing kicked my butt. Sometimes some of the simplest things you think are easy and they're not. Or probably because you talk smack because they were easy. So same thing here, crisscrossing. Kind of want to make sure. Back to that. And then, so this one too, I'm going to lay out right here. Back to that, keep my gap. About a 1/2 inch. I'm going to run another one. In fact, let me lift this one up real quick here. Let me take this real quick here. I'm going to turn this one real quick. And like I say, we got the big Lowrider show next Sunday here. We're going to have a booth there. Plus all the kids from the after school program are going to be showing their bikes. And then this I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut this. We'll get this out the way so it doesn't look too confusing. This one I am going to make it, we'll have it go under. So I'm going to cut this right here. Of course, I didn't cut it deep enough. And that's the only thing too. Definitely, like already, like this blade's already gone. Let me try to flip it. It is because it's metal. You're going to go through blades. And unfortunately for me, unfortunately me, I press down really hard on everything I do. If I write with the pencil, I usually break the lead. I can't even use a mechanical pencil. I break the lead every time I press down. I'm just a little too aggressive. And now this, so I'm going to come, yeah, and that's kind of got a little. Back, you guys know I'm shaky. If I can do it, you can do it. So same thing here. I'm going to kind of come back here. Then same thing here. I'm going to lift this up just real quick. Lay this back down so we can do our little kick out right there. I'll cut that right away. Same thing here. Like I say, you could keep it simple, and we could have just did square right there. And then same thing here. I'm going to cut right here. Then this too, so depending on what you want to do for this to go through, I am going to have this just go underneath. So I'm going to cut this there. And we could have cut that out, and it could have went on top. But if you do have the chance and it's going to look good, and you can cut just what's resting on top of the other line, it makes it a lot easier in the long run. And plus, this is cool anyway. It goes up under. Brother Dio, what is happening? Okay. Manuel, what, clarifying your question, how much does a sheet of metal cost? Like a 4x8 or? And if that is your question, let me tell you, I was really amazed. How much did we pay for that 4x8? It was pretty cheap. Like 53 bucks, man, way cheap. They were 100 and something.
We were surprised.
Yeah, they were 100 and something 2 years ago. because of Biden's economics. Let's see. So you see I kind of got the double swoop through. Now we could even call it at that. I kind of added in to kind of go through and go through. And same thing to cut through with these extra ones. I mean, you could literally do away with those and we could just shoot some lines through here. We could do that. Or you could go the extra mile and add that in. You know what I mean? So, and let's do a shirt giveaway. We're gonna do the new shirt, but wait up. Are you ready for that? Wait up. No numbers yet. Don't do no numbers. No numbers. We're doing it a different way. Deja's been working on this way to do for the giveaway, so don't do no numbers. So, not yet. It's gonna be a different way, my brother Chuck.
They have to do. It's the hashtag Vanderslice.
So you have to put hashtag Vanderslice. Hashtag Vanderslice.
I should have did hashtag 50.
ZZ Top, he said, imagine that's kind of the air. Honestly, Taco, you got to think a lot of those were Emmanuel, and it's got to be hashtag, huh? Emmanuel, do hashtag with the number thing. You got to think 80s, 90s, you remember the heartbeats? There was literally the heartbeats, the graphs, whole bunch of stuff. The drips. So now I'm going to come in. I am going to add that other one in. We'll see how it's going to look real quick. So I'm going to run first the top line. Now, once I got it that far, I'm going to peel it back a tad. I'm going to come back in for the actual bottom line on it. Except I don't want to touch in there. Same thing, I'm going to shoot this up. Here. And then with this one, I am going to come right here. You'll kind of see it makes sense. You kind of want to do, to explain it, it's kind of smart thinking. You want to do the bottom here. You want to do the bottom lip instead of doing, the natural thing would be to go up, do the top line. Then your gaps end up being off. So you want to try so you can do that 1/2 inch gap in between each one. It's kind of hard to explain it. Something you got to kind of do a few times and then you'll see why. So I'm going to do that there, and then, and I might as well just cut right away. So I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut this. And this one I could have rounded. Like say I could have rounded that. And that would actually look cool too. That's always an option. Like I said, and that's how I usually do it. This is just old school square chopping. You know, I'm more of the flow, like trying to flow. But when you first start doing patterns, a lot of times it is kind of square. It's kind of choppy till you get kind of the flow going. And you know what I mean? Even by the, I mean, I could have turned it. We could have turned it up like that. You know what I mean? But just to be different on this one, we're taking it back to the old school, literally. Play at your own risk. So everybody can be popping and locking. My brother John said, that's funny. Had me popping and locking, he said. So I'm going to do that. And I know it looks like mumbo jumbo until you get it cut and everything kind of comes to life. But back to this, keeping about the 1/2 inch gap. Let's see. I used the primer I bought from you. Works great, my brother. I appreciate that, man. Can't wait to try the clear. Really appreciate it, Dio. And definitely, hey, brother Dio, are you on Facebook or any on social media at all, my brother? And anybody, any of you guys that are on there, please, like John, anybody else, I don't know, Facebook, back to that Instagram, please. If you're using the product, please say, hey, boom, used it, boom, Vanderslice, custom shop, supply. This is where I got it. We appreciate it, really appreciate it. So, like I say, this is kind of your square method. Usually we would do it round, kind of like that piece I did for my brother Cordell. Of course, that was actually kind of cartoonish, exaggerated, round.
Rob, one of these Thursdays, could you do metallic base and flake to a board and show how you can mixture flake?
Yeah, we'll definitely put that on the list. I guarantee that's my brother John, huh? I know he's been wanting that, definitely.
I'm gonna do
I know we did that about 4 or 5 months ago. But definitely I know I could do a little more in depth to show you. So back to this, depending on, I'm just going to have those lines come through. So I'm going to cut this to where those kind of go through. I'm going to do one more of those. And we're going to do it on the bottom down here. Kind of doing towards, how do you put it? Kind of, how do you put it? I don't want to say mirror image. But we're kind of doing, because no matter what, it's not mirror image. But we're going to do this over here to where it's kind of the same thing versus this is going this way, this way. This one's going to go this way and this way. So same thing I'm going to do here.
Camera run the drawing for the raffle.
Okay, Deja's going to run the drawing for the raffle. Let's see how this works. Boom, boom, boom.
Paul.
Boom, boom, boom. It's a little slow on here. Winner is Brother Paul. Was he? What did he win?
He was the last one.
Oh, okay, got you.
Brother Paul won.
Got you, Brother Paul. Man, if we don't have your information, my brother, if you would, you got the phone number, my daughter's and my number's in the description in this live tonight. When you click the more button, text us your info, your size that you wear. What's happening, my brother Dale? Yep, you got it, my brother Dale. We're moving up in the world, man. You should have seen the intro today too. So back to this. So same thing, and the natural way too, let's say like right now, because I have the board taped down, for me to do this line, I would actually flip this board. I would flip it around so I could come this way to do this way. You always want to work to where you're comfortable. Like I say, and even I should have been doing, of course, the J tape, every other one, the J tape. I'm too busy flapping my lips. So same thing. Because for me, it's more natural for me to go right to left versus left to right. It's happening, my brother Fairway. Hope I'm even saying that right. We'll see if I'm happy with that. And of course, I'm going to move this. Just say that was a guide at first.
Rob's very generous with the flake. I'm mixing it up.
Yeah, pretty generous. So boom, I'm going to go there. Same thing up here. Oh, except for, wait up. Let me lift this up. Lift that back. Real quick there. Flap that over that way. I know it kind of don't make sense, but otherwise you'll be overlapping and have to be cutting out. You'll overlap. My brother Dio too, we were up in your neck of the woods Monday and we were going to hit you up, but we ran out of time. We were at the Santuario talking with somebody. It took way too long. I was already running late to make it back to Poake. We were going to take you your banner. So boom. Then I'm going to come in, same thing. I'm going to keep about that same distance. And this, I'm just going to eye it. You know, usually we'll go in. We could use the low tack just for a reference. Let me tell you, like I say, I kind of spit, which is unfortunate. But there is dots all over from me talking. And it kind of tarnishes, and there's really not much you can do about it. Same thing, gonna cut here. Pull that back. I know when it's all crisscrossed over each other, it's hard for you guys to see what's going on. And it looks kind of confusing. Let me tell you, it ends up kind of confusing for me as well. So you are not alone on that one. And then same thing, this one, I'm going to lift up right here for this, just to lay it back down. All of the tape, paint we're using, X Prime, all on the website. Like I say, we have just about everything you need paint-wise. From inner coat mix candy, urethane, candy, ready to spray candies. It's all the new batch with all the new stuff, as well as 4-ounce concentrate, 8-ounce concentrate. Next week we'll be able to mix you any color, from the base coat candies to pearls to you name it. This too, all of this little crisscrossing, it is kind of timely. Hey, my brother John, appreciate you, my brother. Thanks for tuning in. Love you, my brother. Okay, so that's pretty much, we got kind of the main thing going, and now I'm going to straighten out this line. Like I say, that was kind of our guide. It's kind of hard to regulate unless you're going to break out the measuring tape and do a bunch of measurements to keep the distance the whole time. So this last line, like I said, was really just a guideline. So I'm actually going to take it off. I'm going to be putting a 1/4 inch there on both sides. Like I say, all of this tape you can get on the website. If you're local, you can swing by the house, grab what you need. In fact, you know what? Watch, wait up. Let me break it up with the 2mm right there. So I'm going to run this 2mm kind of right through, right there. Same thing this one. Like I say, naturally, and let me even see what I got going on here, because it does get, this is kind of squinched. So I'm actually, when you come back this way and you're looking at it, I know you can't tell from the screen, but to me it's kind of going in a little bit, and then okay, started dropping a few people. Let's see. Okay, so that'll work there. And like I say, the natural thing, and of course, because the table's set up the way it is, just because this is, when you start here, I'm more natural coming from that direction this way. So I would usually flip the board, but because it is taped down, I'll see how that looks right there. And then I'm going to come back we'll come back with the quarter, about an 1/8 inch gap. Away from that 2 millimeter. Same thing over here. Like I said, even this, do one more time. Hey, thank you to my brother Lloyd. Appreciate the support, my brother. Always. We'll definitely be back up in Colorado next year too. Where's all my Colorado family on here? I know there was quite a few. So I'm gonna break that through there, and I'm gonna do some. You know, we always got to do the 3 shade, 3 fade. So I'm gonna come back. Half inch. Half inch. 3M. Half inch J tape. 1 millimeter. Overlapping over the green. So this is our theme. Then we're gonna get our nice little color breakout.
Did you already say what colors you're using?
Yeah, I'm gonna be using.
No, did you already say it? Ask them.
Yeah, I did way earlier. Yep. Yep, I already gave it away, man.
Next time you gotta let them guess.
I know. Well, I appreciate you, Lloyd. I know, huh? Who remembered what colors I said we were gonna use? And I said, let's see. I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
If you get it right, Rudy said you can take him out for lunch.
Yeah. Yeah, if you get it right, Rudy will take you out for a date. What did you
Rudy
say?
said you gotta take him.
Oh, Rudy said you gotta take him on a date.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Dad.
Man, those darn spiders.
Dad.
Man.
Stop.
Those spiders. We looked up barking spiders. There is such a thing. But I think they're more like the hissing ones, like because they hiss. Look them up. A virtual date. There you go. Lisa said. Those were spiders, Lisa said. That's funny.
Don't play into it, Lisa.
Don't play into it, Lisa. Yeah, right. Okay. So now we got our little break up there. And now I was going to kind of do a little swoop and a whoop-de-doo, swoop-de-doo. Try to shut that a little more.
We got close to Rudy's virtual date.
Yeah. Barking spiders. Buckle up, he said. That's all I remember. Orange, reds, magenta, gold, and purple. And Manuel got it pretty close. Wait up. No, you actually got it. Manuel got it. You want a date with Rudy, Manuel? Just kidding. No, you know what, Manuel? I'm gonna send you, since you got it. I'm gonna send you. I know you just put in that order too. I'm gonna put you in a 2-ounce, one of the 2-ounce ready to sprays. Let me know what color you want, my brother. Text it to my phone. So now I'm gonna come back in with the 1/8 inch right here. Same thing over here. Kind of mirror image. We're just kind of working our way out. And of course, not mirror image, but you know what I mean. We're kind of doing the same thing on one side that we're doing on the other as far as line breakout or breakup. So now I'm going to come back in with the J-tape 1/4 inch, and I'm going to swoop this. May not be as dramatic. Probably do about right there. Then I'm going to come back in. I'm going to come right here. I'm going to swing this down to right there. Now I'm going to come back. I'm going to keep about the same thickness or same spacing thickness. Coming in with some crazy words. Boom. Then, and this is kind of to go and then I'm going to lift this back up just real quick here. Because I am going to swoop. In fact, this one's going to be the thick one because I'm going to come with the skinny with that one. Lunch at the plate shop. There you go.
Dad.
Come on, quit blaming me. Okay, let's see here, little buddy. So now I'm going to come in skinny with this. It's going to be a 1/2 inch right there. Kind of the gap there. And then this one here I'm going to cut. There and there. Okay. And then what we're going to end up doing here is I'm going to come back with the 1/8 right here. Kind of an 1/8 inch away. Okay. And then I'm going to come in one more time with the 1/4 inch. Right there. And now do the 3 shade, 3 fade right here. Of course, 3 shade or 3 shade. Boom. Tan, J-tape. I'm going to come back with the 3M 1/4 for the last fade. Now, I'm going to come back in with the 2 millimeter If I can find it. Two millimeter right here. In fact, I'm gonna just do 3 of those right there for a little accent. Like I said, there's kind of no rules to this. I kind of have all how I usually do things kind of in my head. Kind of little breakouts. Yep, there you go. Auto body enhancements. What's happening, my brother Dominic? So, and then of course, now I'm going to come back in just to kind of outline it inside this. And then we will come back with the 3 shade, 3 fade. And I am going to do an 1/8 inch on this side. I'm going to keep an 1/8 inch gap. Boom. And then I'm going to come on this side since we got an 1/8 inch J tape. I'm going to come in an 1/8 inch away, but with the 1/4 inch. Now, like I say, you don't got to use all different colors tapes. I'm doing this, you know, just to make it look cool during the process. Like I say, I should have done one the green tape, one the tan tape, one green, you know what I mean? Just to kind of, it gives you a better visual. And to me, it's kind of, to me personally, it kind of, when you do that, it like gives you inspiration as you're doing it. Especially like working on a car. Everybody knows me from way back in the day. I would not pattern out a car without rims on it. It always had to have Dayton's with the white wall. And if it didn't, I would rest some against the car, against the stocks. Because, man, when you're taping a car with stock rims on it, I hate to say, the majority of the time, no offense to anybody, but, man, cars with the stock rims are pretty ugly. If we're going to keep it real, man, it's the rims that really bring out the shape a lot of times. And it gives you inspiration. It's like, man, you tape some lines with those busted stocks with overspray all over them. It is just hurting. You slap some Dayton's on there. It's like, man, that swoop on that pattern line starts to just come to life. I know it sounds crazy, but that's how I roll, you know, as far as that. Okay, so boom, just kind of did that in between there. And now we're going to go back in between those spaces here and here. This is basically the pattern. It's shooting up and shooting through. And now we're going to come back in with some detail with the 3 shade, 3 fade. So same thing. Come back in. We'll go with the J tape 1/2 inch. Boom. Right away, I'm going to cut. In fact, let me cut this first because it's easier to just kind of go along this. And like I say, because we're cutting on metal and I press so hard, and the razor blade really starts to get dull pretty quick. Now this one, you can literally just come in, kind of tear it and pull it. And then once you have that one there, it's easy to just kind of go in. We'll go in with the green. 1 millimeter overlapping. That one I'll just literally pull it, pluck it that way. Same thing. Go that way with it. Then I will come in. If you can fit your 3 for your 3 shade. Come back in with the 1/4 inch tan. This is going to leave us with some nice sharp points on top of the grinded metal. And same thing, we're going to do the same thing right there. I'm going to come back, 1/2 inch J tape. Boom. And like I say, let me know what you guys want to see as well. Brother John, busted stocks covered in overspray. Yep. That's funny. There's another saying right there. And at a body shop, especially when you're doing restoration or, man, usually it does have some busted stocks. And like this one, you see we can only really fit 2. I mean, if we were to get technical, we could go back in with the 1/4 inch right here. It's like, you can see one little gap right there. So boom, there we go there now. We're almost there as far as taping it up. And like I say, if we wouldn't have put these, this would have been even way cool too. Like I say, if I wouldn't have added these ones, it would have been way cool. We could have did like 3 of the 2 millimeters or 1/16 inch going right through the middle would have been really nice. You know what I mean? There's so many things you could do. And of course, you know, with even that said, like I say, it's hard for me to leave any space in places, but you know, like even say with these little areas, I mean, you could go literally in between that. Like I said, I'm just taping this. I'm probably not going to leave it, but we'll see. Run that through it, and then same thing here. You would run through right there too. You know, same thing going all the way through. And now I'm going to do this side. Like I say, don't want to call it a mirror image, but we're kind of doing something similar on both sides. Kind of to the nice little breakup, because it's going to break up really nice. Cherry, that's looking great, Cherry. I've got 7 sets of 13s, wires on white walls, colored spokes, cross lace, straight lace. Boom, boom, boom. Man, and let me tell you, Dio, man, that truck, you are doing an amazing job, brother, from ground up on that suspension, the frame, everything. Super, super clean work, my brother. Okay, so back to that. We're over here. This is this line here. So I'm going to come in. Like I said, of course, we don't got as much room as that because we did, you know what I mean? But, so I'm going to swoop here. And of course, because that is the gap there, I'm going to honestly go from the point this way to fat this way. And then we will go I could find the beginning of the tape here. Then we're going to go, I want to keep a little decent gap. We'll see how this is going to look real quick. Too big of a gap. Let's see how that does. Fat. Yeah, to me, that's not looking right. Let me see. We might almost just even do, to tell you the truth, we might just kind of go down with breaking it up. So let's stick with that right there. And then, honestly, let me think about that real quick though. Yep, I'm going to come back in kind of like we did over there. We'll come back in about 1/8 inch away. Back to this. I'm way overdue for cleaning my hands. I'm gonna spray some Windex back on the blue towel. You could even do wax and grease remover. Been trying to avoid doing that so much. Has everybody been checking out everybody's artwork on the channel? I mean, on the website. We definitely appreciate you guys posting, sharing, so Deja could post on there. So I am going to. We'll just kind of continue here with some 3 shade 3 fade. Especially with the metal, it's going to look really nice. It looks like water, like, especially when it's out in the sun. Like I say, this is something you don't got to go through all of the flaking mess. Always looks super cool. Really mesmerizing. And of course, you can always do different grinding. There is so many different grinding patterns you can do to get cool effects. And same thing, we'll get the 2mm. Same thing, just gonna kind of go 1/8 an inch apart, kind of like what we got going on up here. And then back to that, I'll come back just to break it up again. Then we're pretty much ready to roll, besides if I'm gonna tape anything up right there. So same thing, I'm just gonna kind of go back right here. Then same thing.
It's been crazy lately.
I know.
What's the weather like for everybody where they're at? I'm curious.
Yeah, Deja asked, what's the weather for everybody at right now where you're at? Brother Vince said, be careful, don't melt the tape. Appreciate that too, Dio, man. Everybody is doing some amazing work. And like I say, we thank you guys for sharing. Brother Dale, you need to send some of your work, man, to my phone too, brother. And please, and this is a reminder too, everybody, please, if you are on Facebook, go to, it's a public group, the Vanderslice Kustom shop family. Post what you're working on. Man, we appreciate it. No judgment zone. Definitely don't get beat up. You know, everybody is welcome to share what they're working on. And it's always good to see what everybody's working on. We need to continue to just keep this art form going. And it expands through everything from hot rods to lowriders to whatever. I mean, I don't care what you're working on. Any little art, crosses. My brother Eric that does he does a flask to people doing cups. Whatever it is, post it. Whatever you're working on. What did it say? Where at? Lloyd? Woo! Are you serious? That's crazy. That's crazy. No, he's in Leadville. It's like he's deep in the mountains. Like deep. No, my sister was gonna move there. They're gonna get a bed and breakfast over there. And it gets pretty crazy over there. Where Lloyd's at. What's his name? No, we've never. No, I don't think we've. Honestly, I don't think I've. Hey Lloyd, how far is Leadville from Denver, my brother? Homeboy. Oh, Leadville. Yeah, Leadville. Yeah. He said, I'm over it.
We got a tornado warning last week. A little big tornado warning out here.
Okay, I know we did. That's crazy. So I'm gonna lift this up. And then it is back to this. So I'm actually, back to that. You could just shoot over that, call it a day. But I am going to go in. I'm gonna tape up some of this. That's why I always try to keep the gap a half an inch. That one I'm getting pretty tight. And it's definitely worth going in and masking to just get a little more detail. And we're almost ready to start spraying. And it'll be pretty quick. What time is it? Almost 10 o'clock. Huh? Well, yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're going to do another raffle. Let's do.
Tell me first.
Okay, I know. I'm trying to think. Hashtag. Hashtag. I know. Hashtag metal. Hashtag metal. Hashtag metal. Oh! We're going to give away. We'll give away. We got some other banners. We got some, man, they're like 2 feet by. Trying to think, 2 feet by.
Yeah.
A little over. They're like 32 inches by like 2 feet. So we'll give away another Vanderslice shop, paint shop banner.
We'll do it up.
Yeah, we'll do it at 10 o'clock. Hashtag metal. Man, definitely go to the website, support. We got all kinds of super amazing clears, different budgets, made with love. Lots of old school recipes. We got $85 clear. Your budget. We've got $130 clear, 4-to-1 high solids. We've got Euro clear, 7.5 setup. That is 7.5 liters, total sprayable liters for 180, I think 9 or something like that. And then we got the higher end stuff, which, man, you cannot beat for 240 something for the same thing, a 7.5 high solids, top of the line, that won't break the bank. From a painter to painters. Without the 800% markup, like the big names, but same good quality. Man, the website, you can get colored metal flake, just about every color. Don't have them all, but.
Do you have a quick clear?
Yeah, I do. Speed clear. Yeah, it's the PX44, and right now I am sold out. I will have more in next Wednesday, which I mean is literally like in 4 days, 5 days. Really good stuff. Same with that. And it's right around $100, 115. It is 2 p.m. Friday here in Australia. Wow, no wonder, Dino. Dino, I was going to ask you, what the heck is 15 Celsius? We are degrees over here. 15. What would 15 be? Fact. Go right here real quick. Tight bit right there. $59 degrees. Got you. We're Fahrenheit here. There you go. I know I'm saying degrees. Of course, I
I'm gonna run the raffle.
Okay, she's gonna run the raffle. Here we go. Good luck.
Oh, I'm gonna have to redo it.
What happened?
I guess
Yeah, we're gonna rerun it, man. Rudy can't win.
I can donate it.
Man, he just got.
Again. We're going another one. Hey, that's cheating.
I know that's cheating, all right, for sure.
No, the raffle picked it. There you go.
The raffle picked it. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Fat Lat, congratulations, my brother. That's funny. Almost. A little gap here. I'm trying to do them separated in case I want to untape them separately.
How much for inner coat clear?
Inner coat clear, $159 for a gallon. And I do have quarts too as well. Really, 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 really good stuff. Back to that. It would be compared to DBC 500, and even got the aspects of the nebulizer. A whole gallon for $159. I don't know how much a quart is. Yes, please go support, man. Let me tell you, I'm very blessed just because our local people, a lot of people think sometimes be selling stuff be just going up the shelf. And of course, I think the same way about that with other people too. And sometimes it ain't like that. Like literally last week, I think we had one order in a whole week. I appreciate my brother Don. I'm trying to think if that's who it was. Don ordered, yeah, 2 jars of flake and a bag of flake. And if it wasn't for the local, man, it would be a rough one. So we definitely appreciate you guys. I've got a couple other people. Appreciate Cordell and many others, man. We try to cater to you guys. Let's see here. I'm filling this little. And let's see, we're pretty much, make sure we don't got no little leak throughs. Like I say, I'll probably do just some little lines through here, kind of ghosted after we candy it. Appreciate it, my brother. Fat like 94 is my lowrider. Like Rob's, just not as pretty. Definitely have to share, brother.
I know Travis said he'll have to do a water bottle, water jug for me.
No, it's a good one. I know my brother, Brother Robert came and gifted us with these cups he had done. They live in Cuba, New Mexico here. Came and blessed us with these cups, man. Just a blessing. Very talented family and even amazing wife. Marlene, the boys know how to paint too. What is it? Mijo's Kustom. He does a lot of the RC cars. Okay, so we're pretty much ready to roll. Let me move away a few things here. Like I say, we're gonna be, and of course I could have came in here too and kind of did one little shade fade, which I hate to say I'm going to because you guys know me. And that's how we do it here. I'm gonna go in right here just with one little shade. Same thing. Let me cut it right there though. Of course I already, let's see. My brother Robert, are you even on tonight? Oh, I got my head all in there. Spencer for the head view. Man, this is going to come out really nice.
Taking bids.
Taking bids. And yeah, we are definitely. This piece is available. $350. And this piece could be yours. Let me go. Is that a little more? Okay, let's see. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go in. Let me tell you, kind of, if you do throw the whites over the metal, you are running a slight risk sometimes of it peeling. Which we are willing to take the risk tonight in a couple little areas. Wherever my light went. Oh, here we go. So, let's see here. I definitely appreciate you guys' support. Like I was saying, if you haven't tried anything we have to offer, man, definitely give it a whirl. We appreciate you guys. So I'm just gonna go in and pick a few spots for the whites. And the whole point would be just to drown out the grinded metal like we do with the flake. Same method. So then I am going to let's see here. Just want to get white right in between that there. Same thing right here. So I'm going to run just some of the low tack just right here. Same thing right here.
And they'll ask, have you ever used one of the lights from the gun tip?
No, like the Luma 3. Those Luma lights. I know they had sponsored our class 2 years ago. I know Joe Angel, I think he ended up getting like a free one or something to. I wasn't as fortunate, laugh out loud.
That's a good question for you. What is the differences between the 700, 800, and 900?
So the 700 is heavy resins, and you can add a quart of premium reducer to that one. Very thick, very very thick. That's the most expensive one. It cost me the most. The 800 is a mixture between the 700 and the 900. It's got two different resins in it. Really good. That's what I usually use, the 800 on the Thursday nights for the piece. The 900 is my overall go-to. That's personally my favorite one. That's the one I've been using for the longest. It would be like DBC, PPG's DBC 2002. It would be like Matrix MS42. I mean, really, really good stuff. Like I say, that's in high solids, 2-to-1. Super good product. I mean, like that, the 900, I'll put up against a lot of other brands. And let me tell you, for a fraction of the price, without the Nike emblem. I'm coming in just in a few places for the white. This is gonna pop. Really gonna glow when it's all said and done. I'm gonna hit these little, barely right there. Same thing. I think that's pretty much, let me go right here. Okay, so now let me untape this. Tape this here. Tape this here. It's gonna go pretty quick from here. Definitely appreciate it, my brother. Let's see, Nonsense 17. Let's see, this is Marlena. Mijo is loving the clear, man. Appreciate you guys. Really. Marlena, man, we appreciate it. We just showed up the cups too.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We appreciate that.
The guy, Robert, came on this.
He did?
Yeah, he's on my face. He
Yeah.
said I'm in the back of the class.
He said,
Yeah, cool, man. Appreciate it, man. Definitely. Thank you, Robert, man. We definitely appreciate it.
With the front one.
We have used the cups. Let me tell you, we've used the cups every day since you gave them to us.
Faithfully.
Let's see what we got. My brother Tomahawk. My brother Jeremy. What's he got going on? See some prayer.
That's for Tommy. For Jeremy, he's sick.
Got you. Definitely keep you in prayer, my brother. Yes, we do, my brother Kevin. Kevin Kincaid, you have a Kmart pay as you go plan. Man, I'm trying to think. I don't know exactly, but we do on the website. There's a couple of those, whatever it's called, pay.
Shop it.
Yeah, shop pay. Always. Jerry. Okay. So now I'm going to come in. Like I said, we're going to be using purple, magenta, red, gold, and orange. We'll see how we're going to make that work. Going to kind of just, I mean, we'll kind of see what happens. And you know me, I'll go back and blend some colors, to kind of make it work. Trying to think. And like I said, I'm going to kind of do one section because it's easy to kind of tape up and do one section, those in one section, the other colors this way, which probably, this is where it is. Fingers start tapping, trying to figure out what we are doing. So I probably will. Let me break out just a little bit. And of course, I'll even use, I know my brother Sean bought me a masking machine. I took it over to the after school program. So we're going to do this section first. In a lot of these places where I put the white, you could peel up the first line and it's going to pop. So back to that. I'm trying to think how I'm going to do this. I'm trying to think if I should do the violets and the purple. I mean, magentas and the purples this way. Let's see. Yeah, so peel it that way. And then peel it this way. Hey, thank you, Dio. I really appreciate it, my brother. Really
We appreciate you, Dio.
Yep, definitely. I appreciate it. So, let me see. So, I'm going to come in. Like I say, we're going to go kind of with the darker first, which will be our red. I'm not going to get too crazy with the red. And these are all the ready to sprays. I'm going to come in. Man, and these, I made them pretty potent, let me tell you. Very quick coverage with the ready to spray. Very quick. So I'm going to come in. Let's see. Trying to think if I want to fade this way. We'll see. Equal just. Okay, so now I'm going to come back with our 3 shades. I'm going to untape the first one. Same thing here. Same thing here. Same thing here. Everywhere where your first 3 shade was, and of course here, I'm going to take this one up because there wasn't enough room for 3 shades. Now I'm going to come in, and you could go back over it with the red, and of course, you know, we've been through this where it'll end up all said and done with the 3 shade or 3 fade. You end up with 9 coats, 6 coats, and 3 coats. And you end up with that really nice breakup. And which I'm going to come in now. I'm going to come in with the orange. And I'm going to actually go over everything with the orange. Depending on how crazy you want to get. Very nice coverage. Man, this one's going to be really nice, the finished product. Get to see it, man. It looks like water. And then this too, it's like sometimes to get your breakups, like let's say I could go back with a little bit of red. I mean, like little red just to where we can see the edge, which to tell you the truth, except for I already uncapped it. Let me see. I'm going to barely, like I say, hopefully I didn't correct that. We'll see. So I'm going to adjust this. Yep, sure did. Huh? Crack the PPS cup. Dang it. Oh, that's all right. It's all right. I was going to shoot just a little bit right there with that. Man, some of the PPS cups, man, they're real brittle right here. And of course, these ones, let me tell you, these cups, I milk these things for everything you can, man. These have already been used. At Deja run thinner through them. Oh, yeah, for sure hook up, man. If anything, yeah.
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews?
You're making all your money.
Oh, yeah, Terry Crews. I was like, Terry Crews. I know, I'm a Terry Crews. You guys know who Terry Crews is? From Everybody Hates Chris.
You're telling me that's 25 cents worth of paint.
I know. There I'm spitting too again. Terry Crews and a spitter. Slobbering. So now we're ready to do this one. Huh? Not working? Don't tell me our fan had it.
Rudy just had it in the wrong hole.
Really? Oh, come on, Rudy.
Didn't open it as nice.
That's funny. Terry Crews, yep. I'm that guy, let me tell you. I'm that guy, man. There's still 25 cents left on that chicken. I will milk everything for what it's worth, let me tell you.
Absolutely.
That's
Let
funny.
me double tell you.
Yep. My brother Lacey was laughing too. That's funny. I'm going to come back. Like I say, I was going to do gold, but we're going to actually, I'm going to go back with the orange. Back with the orange right here. This would be more of a fade than a shade because I'm going in specifically right in those areas. Okay, boom, boom, boom. And then in all reality, pretty much all of this is done. Like I say, you always got to be careful to the metal. Like I say, if you've let it set for a while, there's always a chance of peeling. You don't want to shoot it too dry either. And of course, it does depend on what material you're using too. Depends on finger grease. Got to be careful. I'm so easy to because I'm shaky, to scratch with the razor blade. Yeah, please, thank you, Dio. Hit that like button and subscribe button. Really appreciate you guys. Ooh. You know, and then here's the thing too. I forgot to be taking off all these three. So I'm gonna have to go in strategically and get these little areas. In fact, you know what? Let me see. Well, let me hit with the orange first. Okay, so now we'll take this. I'm trying to see. Let's see. Color wise, is this really what we're gonna do? No, man. No. Let's see. You know what? Yep. We're going for it. So purple. I already have all the colors mixed up, my brother. We got purple, magenta, gold, orange, red. So we're gonna kind of do kind of purples and magentas. Kind of on this side, we're kind of breaking it up. So of course, because purple is a little darker than the magenta, I'm gonna go in. Of course, you know what? Actually, you know what? I am gonna flip it. We're gonna flip it. We will go. magentas first, and then we'll accent it with the purples. These are all the ready to sprays, man. They're almost two. Man, they're almost two. Man, we have the 2 ounce, 4 ounce. So ready to sprays, 2 ounces are $10, and they are really potent, really strong. We have the 4 ounces for like $17.50, maybe somewhere right around that. And we have the 8 ounce ready to sprays for I think $32. Yes, the purple plays very well, my brother Michael, with the magenta. So we're gonna come in here. Yes, definitely. And wait till we put the light on, my brother Kevin. It is definitely gonna pop. Like I said, I'm trying to, yeah. So, watch, Daisy, you wanna? So we got, of course, the 8 ounce, 8 ounce ready to sprays, magenta. We got the 4 ounce, and the 2 ounce ready to sprays. And like I say, very not watered down. Let's put it that way. And we got, I think, 12 colors. 12 colors in those. And if you buy any of those tonight, any of them, I'll throw in the same size. I'll throw in a white and a black, the same size, if you get the whole set of white and black. So now I'm trying to think what I'm going to do in here. Now I'm going to break this up. Of course, we're going to be doing some purples. But I kind of want it to I think we're going to end up with some golds. We're going to try to go to some golds. So we're going to play. We're going to kind of play with the colors. I'm going to kind of come up here with the magenta a little bit. I'm going to go with the magenta on this side even.
I need to reduce them a bit for airbrushing.
Yeah, you could reduce them a little bit for the airbrushing. Yep, they're pretty strong, my brother Steve. A lot stronger than I had the other set. And in all reality, I'm like, man, even the other day for the kids, the after school program, I was like, man, we are definitely gonna have to water these down some. But I mean, you could do that. And of course, it's always good. You don't want to water too much down with that. You could add even a little more to stretch it out even more. So in other words, you could get with the 2 ounce, get a whole nother ounce out of it by adding some more of the inner coat clear and a little more reducer as well. And of course, you got to use, man, definitely. We sell the premium urethane reducer too. $59. Most other, and I don't recommend low end urethane reducer when you're shooting candies and doing that. That's when you get pills, you get a lot of issues. A lot of other brands are going for 65 up to 120. So I'm going to come back. We are going to, and you got to think, I'm trying to think on the website. I think it's already, if you buy, I think it's like 110 if you buy all 12 for the 2 ounce. I did give like a discount, I think too. Same thing for each one. If you bought the whole set, it wasn't, whatever the price is per one times 12. You know what I mean?
Do you have every color in the 2 ounce?
I have 12. I have 12 colors. All 12 colors that are for the ready to sprays. There'll be a circle there, Steve. There's like a circle of all the colors. And yes, I do have every single one of those. And let me tell you, the one picture we need to change, the one that looks like another gold, which is lime gold, it's actually lime green. So it would be grab the lime green, the actual color suit. Okay, now I'm going to come back with the purple. Of course, it would be more on the green side, which I like that a lot better than lime gold.
Travis is asking, is this the same stuff that's sold in the quarter and pints on the site?
Yes, except for, of course, this is ready to spray, but it would be the same identical color. And in those, let me tell you, Travis, in those I have a lot more colors to choose from. You see, I got the copper, I got like red, orange, I've got like, quite a few more colors than the ready to sprays. Now I'm coming back with the purple. Like I say, we definitely appreciate everybody's support. It means the world to us. It really does, man. We're up against some monsters. You know what I mean? It's hard, but God is good. We have been pumping as much work as we can, and you guys know me. I'm pretty reachable. A lot of people say I'm the only guy with my phone number on the. I actually put my phone number on the live.
And do you have to reduce the ready to spray?
No, you can if you want. Like I say, usually you don't have to. These are pretty strong. Like I say, not lacquer thinner. No, definitely lacquer thinner when out. I mean, if you're out and you have to put lacquer thinner, you can, but man.
So Brian said he's had some ready to sprays that dried up in the airbrush and spraying them.
Yeah, that's definitely not good. And then my brother Taco, any aerosol cans? Definitely, we will be getting those soon. It's just one thing at a time. Now we have everything invested in what we got going on right now. So this would be more of a fade, not a shade. I'm literally going right over the tape. But back to the question, can you reduce it? Yes, you can, because, back to that, with an airbrush, it's atomizing it a lot more. And if it's, I've told you guys this before, when you put too much candy, it'll start throwing specks. You know, where it's throwing out spots. And I mean, trust me, I'm one of those ones I love to get my money's worth. And there's a balance. It's just like, what's that saying? Anything even good. How do you put it? Like, you can't take just what? Okay, one more time. Yeah, too much of a good thing is bad. That'd be like, man, I know vitamin C is good for you, but that don't mean you take 4 times the amount. And I guess what I'm trying to say is, man, I really made these really strong. They are absolutely not watered down. And you could, but I recommend if you're gonna do that, I recommend putting, because the ready to sprays are 1 part of the 500, which is the intercoat clear, 1 part of high grade urethane reducer, and of course the amount of whatever color it is to make the color. So you could add a little bit back to that intercoat clear and a little more urethane reducer, and you would be able to stretch it out more. The more reducer you put without equaling it out with the intercoat clear, the more chance of it being super dry. Like if you're adding lacquer thinner, you're going to have peeling. You're not going to be able to tape over it. You're going to be having issues. I mean, all of us that went through that. I mean, you're trying to water down something. You're trying to stretch it out, especially if it's 2 a.m. There's no, you're out of material. You're trying to stretch it out. Man, I've ended up with serious issues, man, where I've taped back over, man, where it was literally, you're like almost spraying basically candy concentrate with reducer. There's almost no more property of a color blender, base coat clear, balancer, binder, whatever you want to call it, for it really to grab, because it needs to grab. You know, when this first came out, we all called it balancer and binder. Sometimes whatever brand you're getting, you know, at the time, this is 20 something years ago, you know, we would get, let's say if you're getting DuPont, man, you would have to buy the balancer and the binder, mix them together. Certain brands, it was already mixed together. And then, of course, ended up coming out with, you know, base coat clear, inner coat clear, whatever definition you want to call it. So I'm going to go one more time with the purple, kind of give it a lavender. Now I'm going to try, let me see. I'm going to try to, let me see which one I had, the orange. And I'm going to try to go over it with a little bit of gold in the middle. We'll see what we're working with. Is there a place aside to order just a single ready to spray 2 ounce? Yeah, I guess you said you found it for sure. 50 on silver, get 50. Cover free, proud painting. My last build. I know, man. We'll have to. What's on my? Here's we'll do a show and tell real quick. My brother Taco's on here right now. I painted his Cadillac. This would be about 13 years ago, maybe 12 years ago. This is his car right here. Hopefully he's still on. Oh yeah, he's just on. This is issue, trying to think, April of 2016. Way cool. Ghost patterns on the side. It's my brother right here with his dog. Yep, blue cheese.
He said, "Ah, yeah."
Yeah, buddy. Way cool. Show and tell. But yeah, some way cool patterns. Ghost patterns. Somebody bought it. He sold it and somebody else bought it. They candied over the patterns teal. It's a little show and tell. Okay, so now I'm going to go. We're going to try a little gold right through that middle. Let's see what we're working with. We'll see if we either... Yep, time flies, man. Deal. Crazy, brother. I mean, crazy. I was clean, I think a year clean. I got clean in 2011. Back to this too. I'm going to kind of tack it up. Trying to think how to get the most out of this. Man, even with the magenta around the edges, and then if I gold over it. Watch. We're going to try something cool. We're going to go just around the edges with the magenta, and then we're going to candy gold over it. Brother Steph. So I'm going to literally just kind of go. Come on. I'm not trying to get too crazy with it. Okay. So now I'm going to come back with the gold over that, and then I'm going to untape it. We could untape it and then just go over with the gold, and it would actually pop out some, which we could. That's way cool, Brother Steve. I know. Brother Taco said back then there was no lessons from Rob. No way was you getting this. Laugh out loud. Top secret skills. That was me, brother. I was like, go figure it out for yourself. Yeah, we'll kind of see what we end up with. I'm not going to go quite all the way this direction. We'll see. And then now, that's funny, my brother Taco. That was me. Still a little wet. Wish I had no patience. I don't want to peel that up. Ready to start peeling that right there. So let me go this way. My shaky butt. Come on. I'm telling you, these ready to sprays are some really, really good stuff. Very proud of them. Very good product. No joke. Trying to think, what can we do, girl? If somebody wants to buy an 8-ounce one, what can we throw in? A whole set. If somebody buys a whole 8-ounce set. You'd be throwing like 6 rolls of tape.
Yeah, throwing some tape, little mini tape kit to go with it.
Yeah.
So it's got a little custom mini tape kit.
Yeah. So if somebody buys the 8-ounce set of 12, I'm gonna throw in white and black for free. That's another $40 value at least. And we will throw in 6 rolls of tape. Let's say I'll throw in like 1/8 of 3M, quarter of 3M, half inch of 3M, 1/8 inch of J tape, quarter inch of J tape, and a half inch of J tape. Okay, so we got that there. Let's see. So now let's see if somebody gets the 12-pack. We will throw in, I will throw in of the 4-ounce. I'll throw in, of course, a white and a black. And we will throw in Vanderslice, the new Vanderslice custom shop paint supply shirt. Okay, so let's see here. Like I say, I'm gonna probably tape something there. We are going to kind of wish I'd have went a little bit more with that magenta over the edges. But this is all what it's about. It's all learning. You're like, okay, I could have done that. Hey, I could have done this. Next time I will. You know what I mean? So many cool things you can do. And I appreciate you, Lisa. I know you're one of the first ones that bought a whole set of the 8-ounce. Literally the OG set. We appreciate you. And I know you just bought a bunch of the new colors too. Always appreciate you, Lisa. I'm excited for you to try the new stuff. Okay, so let me see. What are we doing? Let's see. Let me just try. We're going to go over it with just the gold first. And then we can always add after. So Okay. While we're waiting for that. Like I say, only most of the time you got to worry ever about some little choppy lines is wherever you put the white. White, sometimes just because the way it is, will not kind of, I don't want to, how do I put it? It doesn't bond sometimes as well. It's more of a chalky, not to say that it's dry, but it's not, doesn't quite, you know, any of our, wherever we're doing the whites to kind of have them pop out. Of course, I shouldn't have took up this one, but that's all right, because I'm going to put something right there. Okay. I'm literally just going to put a couple, so we'll kind of do, just going to barely run a couple ghosties right here. And this is still a little wet. But just for time's sake, because it is wet, I'm kind of running the risk of peeling it up. But so now I'm going to kind of come back in with the magenta, but it's honestly the magenta over the gold is really just going to make an orange. And I'm just barely kind of gonna, not nothing crazy, kind of fade up to there. Same thing here. So far, so good. Knock on wood. Yeah, and if you guys have issues, man, Deja will help you guys out too to find anything. And then I know it can be a little confusing, the website. Definitely here to help you guys through it. Okay, so now we're going to do just the overs and unders, and we are pretty much done. I'll do the border. So I'm going to come right here. Peel this up to there. So same thing. I'm going to go here. Boom. Now wait till we clear this. Man, it's gonna look like the ocean. Okay. So now we're gonna do this before we can peel up these. And of course I can peel this up right here and here, but we can't. I gotta shoot a little bit of black here first, there first, before we can lift that up and do right there. Same thing here before we can do that to move to do right here and to do right here, same thing. So, and of course this we can lift up. I could go all the way across. Same with this one. Okay, but we can't move none of that yet, but I can move just right here a little bit. I'll peel that back to right there for right now. I'm gonna wait on that just a second. And then this for sure. Let me break out. I'm gonna break out a we're gonna break out the Brian Trejo Kingdom Music card. Let me tell you, if you're here in Albuquerque, Kingdom Music, Young Bro, Brian Trejo, Kingdom Music, they're gonna be Victory Outreach on Sunday. If you don't know who that is, definitely some blessing music. My shaky butt. I'm just gonna barely put a little bit. And of course, this ideal would be with an airbrush, but and I'm just barely putting any. Super shaky right now. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm like extra shaky. Let me finish peeling up this. See, so now I can go in and just this little spot. Same thing. Little bit right here. See here. Almost that time. What time is it even? 11:08. Oh no, not the forehead. We should give away a giveaway every time my forehead shows. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna go real quick. On the border. Gonna untape the border. And then honestly, for this border, I'm gonna go just what's up, my brother Dion? Go just a little bit with the, just because it's so many colors. Boom. We have a Sharpie. What we will, let me see here. Yeah, buddy. Boom. All right, clear timing. I know if Devin is still on, we did remember to bring the light. Man, in all reality, I mean, this really came out good, but man, I could have, we could have done, it would have been cool. I did the magentas or purples. We did kind of the golds. Man, we could have did the green, you know, some green, blue. Almost ended up with the majority of the colors.
How much is this one price?
$350 if anybody wants it.
I did.
Yep. $350. Any commission piece on the website, any commission piece. If anybody, back to that, most of you guys know that watch the live. $350. I'll do whatever colors you want. It's always a 12 by 32 inch piece or a cross, the 24-inch cross. Whatever colors you want. If you want your name of your business on it or a name on it, I'll do that for you. It is on the website. And of course, if you're local, Of course, you can just get with me, but so give me a quick minute. Let me mix some clear up real quick.
You need to make a little commercial for when you're doing the mixing the clear.
I know. In all reality, we will move. I'm going to move this just aside for a quick second. See if we don't drop that. You know what? Let's see. Hey, grab the 22. Let's do the 22. Yeah, for sure. Grab that one and then grab the hardener in there too. I think it's a 2. There should be the hardener for it in there, bro. Is there a cup somewhere? I'm going to actually mix up the clear. Mix it up right here. Boom, boom, boom. We'll be using the 800. We'll actually be using the fast just because we're doing the panel. Right now, I don't recommend doing that if you're doing anything super big at all. It is already time for slow, unless you're with Lloyd in Leadville. Laugh out loud. So this, one of the top-notch clears. It's a 7.5. You get the hardener. Like I say, I'll put these up against anything. High solids, 2-to-1. 2 different resins to make this clear. This one dries, and of course I know we're using fast. Like I say, I would not recommend using fast unless you're in Leadville, super cold somewhere. I'm using it because we're just doing the panel that we did. And of course this is a 2-to-1, and of course I'm just mixing it in a cute little cup. And I always utilize these numbers. Half of these, man, are a bunch of nonsense. I don't really use them. So if it's 2-to-1, we're going to go, depending on how much you're going to mix, up to the 40. And then we'll go to 60 with hardener, 2 parts to 1 part. And of course, because personally, that's probably not going to be enough. But I don't want to mix up to 80 and go to 120. So we will do 60. And then I'm going to go to about 90 for the 1 part. So literally that'll be 60. And then up to 90 for the 1 part. This has got that good sweet smell, old school OG formula. Really good stuff, made with love. There you go, my brother Taco. Let's see here. Boom. know, my brother Vince up in Tacoma, Washington, just got through shooting a job up there with this one. Yep, smells great. Love it, Dio said. Yep. It's that old school, Brother Adam. Clear time. I like the 900. Yes, definitely, brother. That's definitely my go-to for overall. My favorite one personally. Then it says not recommended to add reducer in the tech sheets. But almost everybody blasts. Everybody's been adding like 5 to 10%. I don't usually do it. If you do, make sure you're going to add a premium urethane reducer. Yeah, I appreciate you too, Adam. Thanks for your support, my brother. And we got a bunch of gnats too. Let's see how many we can get in this pattern job here. Man, this is going to be sick, man. Okay, so all right. And of course, back to this. You don't want to flood it on for your first coat because you have a chance to sag in all the colors. So I always do a medium. I don't know what you want to call it. Medium dry, medium wet, medium a mist. There's a lot of distraction there for that one. So, like I said, I'm going to come back kind of with the mist over it to kind of lock it down. Not nothing too crazy. Kind of one more time. Finger grease. That's funny. So now we're going to let that just set for a minute. And then I'm going to bury it. And we'll turn on the light. And watch this puppy glow. Now, I definitely appreciate everybody too. Like I say, please go support the website. We have like every size tape you can think of in masking tape, from 1 millimeter to 2 millimeter to 1.5 millimeter to 2 millimeter to 3 millimeter to 6 millimeter to half inch. Vinyl, we have a 16th inch, 8th inch, quarter inch. Have the low tack in 1 inch, 2 inch. All the colored flakes. All the chrome silver flakes from 0.02 to 0.04 to 0.08, 008 to 0.015 to 0.025. The Vanderslice mix. Got the holographic gold, silver. 6 different clears. Silver, white, black. All the candies either in inner coat mix, ready to spray, concentrate, or urethane mix. And you have the chance to add 50% more tint or double tint. Trying to think what else. Banners, pre-flaked boards. So watch, grab one of those, ready, if you would. We'll let this just a second.
Hey Rob, will you be doing another one of these next Thursday as well?
No, I won't be doing next Thursday because we're gonna have a bunch of people here from out of town for the Lowrider show, and we're gonna be setting up either way. I mean, those are pretty much the same size. You can just bring one. I mean, it's nobody would be able to tell. Same thing. But yeah, we got some of the ready to spray. I mean, pre-flake boards. That way you don't got to make the mess. Those are on the website as well. Same thing. We got pre-flaked crosses. That way they're just ready to go. You can get some of the ready to spray. Some tape. Some tape. We got some of those too, the crosses. Pattern it out. We got, I think the last one, the 15-inch. Those are on the website too. Sand them, tape them, candy them, and clear them. Now I'm going to hammer on some clear. For sure, my brother deal. See you Sunday. Oh, yeah. Yeah, different ideas you can do with the crosses. I did this for Deja a long time ago. Grinded metal with the cross on it. So many different cool things you can do. Get that light ready, Rudy. Take my glasses.
Rob, when you would do a card, would you spray candy and clear it all in one day?
Yeah, oh yeah. Ready? Boom, boom, boom. That's pretty much hammering on 5 coats all in one. Yeah. Bam. Am I able to get the phone down or will it trip? Really?
I don't know. I mean, you can try it. You can definitely lift up the phone up really.
Yeah, definitely. Watch. Let me see. I'm gonna try to move the phone. I'm hoping it don't trip.
And Steph asked, when you spray the white, is it the candy white or base coat?
It's just base coat, the white. Let me go around this way.
And have you ever had mechanical adhesion issues when working on a whole vehicle because of how long it takes? Like when you sand after flake and clear, then the sand scratches once the close back up?
No, so let's so my brother Fatlack, let's just say like some of the jobs have taken me, I can't tell you how long, a month to more of spraying. You can't go back in and scuff with all that masking tape on there just because it's been more than 24 hours. Man, you know, I haven't had any, unless it was something that it wasn't prepped right, or I sprayed it too dry, or material issues. But for the most part, it and hearing and peeling, and you got to think, my brother Chuck, all of the tape that you got to peel off. And if you've been spraying for a month without sanding in between all of those coats, you would have peeling issues if you're going to have any issue. And that's usually a very rare occurrence, unless it is like poor prep, poor, you know what I mean? Can you move that light just a little bit, Rudy? No, you know what I mean? Can you bring that, you know, just move that kind of. Can you get a little closer? Can kind of see it, man. And I wish you guys got to see it in person or in the sun. Man, just crazy. But definitely, man, I appreciate you guys. Let me make sure. Let me clean my lens real quick. Sorry, guys. Definitely appreciate you guys. We're going to turn the light back on real quick. We'll pray out. Man, I appreciate everybody's support. Definitely. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you, Lord. First and foremost, I just thank you for every single soul that's represented on this live tonight. I pray that somehow, some way they would, if they don't know who you are, that they would know who you are. I'm a testimony to you changing a life that I could not do on my own whatsoever. I couldn't pull myself up by my own bootstraps in any way, shape, or form. We just thank you, Lord. I lift up every person. We don't know what people are going through. We do lift up my brother Jeremy for healing. Lift up many other people, my brother Ray Chapman too. And we just lift up every person on here, Lord. You know every single need. And we just thank you, Lord. I just pray blessings over everybody. We thank you for the skills and the talents that you've given us to make things look beautiful. And I just thank you for my YouTube family. We give you praise and all the glory. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. For sure, my brother Taco, appreciate you. My brother Dio, appreciate you. Appreciate everybody on the live, my brothers and sisters. Thank you, guys. Support the shop. We need you. We appreciate you. You need anything, my phone number is literally in the description. Send us your pics, what you're working on. We love you guys. And like I say, I don't think we'll be live next Thursday, so we'll see you in 2 weeks. Please, if you got any pics, send them so we can add them to the website. Any prayer requests, there's a thing on the website too as well to add. And yeah, we just thank you guys. Keep up the good work, everybody. Appreciate you guys. And God bless. Thank you, guys.